Welcome to another explainer. So, if you're trying to figure out how the world really works, you've probably noticed that something kind of weird happens the second you walk into a store or open a shopping app. Suddenly, there's a giant, bright red 50% off sign staring you in the face. And be honest, your heart beats just a little bit faster, right? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on this exact moment. We're going to map out how a simple sales sign acts literally like an illusionist's trick on your brain. Because it's actually not just math. It's a carefully designed psychological system. Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever wondered why a smaller number on a price tag feels like you just won a prize? I mean, your brain doesn't just sit there like some boring calculator, logically figuring out if you have enough allowance or cash saved up. Nope, it actively hunts for the emotional rush of catching a break. When a price drops, your brain treats it like finding hidden treasure, not just saving a few bucks. It's this sudden, super exciting feeling of beating the system. And that feeling? It completely rewires how you make a decision in that exact moment. Imagine your mind completely splitting in two. Normally, you'd ask the totally boring, rational question, is this thing actually worth paying for? Right? That's what you naturally ask when something is full price. But the absolute second a discount appears, your brain throws logic completely out the window. Suddenly, it starts asking a totally different, emotional question. Wait, am I getting a better deal than usual? It's wild. A discount shifts your entire mindset. You are no longer just buying a pair of sneakers or a video game. You're winning a game against that original price. To understand how this trick works, let's look at the 5 mechanical gears turning inside your mind. We call these the 5 hidden truths of discounts: reference point, value perception, attention, time pressure, and self-perception. We're going to build this understanding step by step, gear by gear. And honestly, once you see how these 5 elements lock together in your head, you will never look at shopping the same way again. And this brilliantly illustrates the first gear, reference points. Imagine 2 buckets of water. The first bucket used to be full up to a bold black marked line, but some water got scooped out. The second bucket has the exact same amount of water in it right now, but there's no marked line at all. With the first bucket, because of that thick starting line, you instantly see exactly how much water is missing. That bold mark is your reference point. Your brain absolutely needs that original crossed-out price on a tag to recognize the drop. Without it, the lower price just feels like a random number, not a victory. Gear number 2 is value perception. It's a simple equation, really. Getting the exact same item at a lower price magically equals better value. Think about buying a cup of chai. If a cafe sells a decent cup for 300 rupees and another place down the street sells the exact same cup for 180, I guarantee that second cup actually feels like it tastes better. Why? Because your brain isn't just tasting the tea, it's tasting the sweet, sweet ratio between what you pay and what you get. A lower price literally makes the exact same item feel like a smarter, sweeter deal. Now for gear 3, attention. Imagine a continuous, smooth, steady, quiet song playing in the background. Then suddenly, there's a giant, sharp spike, one sudden, loud, high note. A normal price is exactly like that boring background music. It just easily fades away into the noise of everyday life. But a discount? Oh, a discount is that loud, pattern-breaking note. It's perfectly designed to interrupt you. It forces your brain to pause the song and say, wait, look at this. Let's move to the 4th gear and see how this all builds into time pressure. Picture yourself standing on a train platform. If you know the trains arrive every 5 minutes, you take your time, right? You relax. But if you hear an announcement that this is the very last train of the night, you are sprinting for those doors. That panic perfectly captures how urgency rapidly compresses our thinking. Step 1, you like the item. Step 2, the price is low. But step 3, the fear of losing the chance, is that closing train door. It immediately forces step 4, buy now. The discount has taken a perfectly relaxed choice and turned it into a ticking clock. Our final gear is self-perception. A discount essentially acts as a psychological permission slip to spend. Let's be honest with ourselves. Buying things can sometimes make us feel a little guilty. We always wonder, should I be saving that cash instead? But scoring a deal magically justifies the purchase. It makes you feel incredibly smart. It's exactly like walking into a crowded cinema and spotting the perfect dead center seat that everyone else somehow missed. You feel like a genius. The discount isn't just saving you money, it's telling you a story that you are a wise, responsible decision maker. Now, what's really interesting here is how this all comes together to create an ultimate cheat sheet for our brains. When we break it down, The reference point changes your standard of comparison, so the price feels totally different. Value perception changes the cost-to-benefit ratio, making the item actually feel worthwhile. Attention changes what stands out, so the deal gets noticed first. Time pressure changes availability, instantly creating urgency. And self-perception changes what the choice says about you, making the purchase feel smart rather than wasteful. These 5 gears lock together perfectly to completely lower your feeling of risk and dramatically speed up your decision. So, if you remember only one thing from our mental whiteboard session today, let it be this thought right here. A lower price changes the meaning of the choice, not just the cost of the item. I'm going to say that again. A lower price changes the meaning of the choice. A discount is not just math. It is a psychological system actively redesigning your entire decision environment. It completely changes the questions you ask, the urgency you feel, and even the way you view yourself. I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. The next time you walk into a store or you're just scrolling online and you see that bright red crossed out price, what will you actually see? Will you see just a number? Or will you see the invisible strings, the reference points, the urgency, the permission slips trying to pull your brain? Now that you have this mental model completely drawn out, you can look right past the illusion. You have the power to see behind the label and make clear, confident choices. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and as always, stay curious.